Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. My name's Melanie. Welcome to my home in the sunshiny state of Florida. Welcome to my daily vlog. Welcome back. It's Monday, guys. I'm back on it. So, this is my disclaimer. I love Dr. Eric Westman. Did everybody get that? I love Dr. Eric Westman. I love everything he's doing with Adapt. I love the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. I absolutely found so much value out of the life-changing things that happened to me when I transitioned from doing a keto crazy to a keto without the crazy, as To It Nutrition Amy Berger talks about all the time, and I love Amy Berger. So let's stop for a second. A lot of people are like, well, you're talking about doing Dr. Eric Westman, you're talking about following page 4, and now you're tracking, which isn't part of the plan. And you would be absolutely 100% correct. However, I refuse to be put in a box. You're not going to put me in a box, right? I am allowed to tell you that I think Dr. Westman has the most sound, the most simplistic, easy to follow prescription strength. If you follow his plan and don't add all your own stuff, his plan will work for you. There's no guarantee how fast it'll work for you, but it will work for you. And it is simplistic in the fact that it doesn't make you crazy in your head trying to figure out macros and constantly walk around with a calculator all day long and logging all your food and weighing your food and measuring your food. I'm telling you, because I'm an obsessive compulsive type personality, that's what was happening to me when I was on keto before I took the master class. But, I only have 18 pounds of fat to lose. And here's what we know for a fact. We know that I'm losing my metabolic rate. My base metabolic rate is dropping, and I am now approaching 20% below normal for a woman age 51, right? My metabolism, so all your life when you hear big people say, oh, I've got a slow metabolism, I legit, scientifically proven, have a 20% slow metabolism. Now, as I lose fat and my body loses mass, my body's not going to burn the same level of fat because it doesn't need to. I don't weigh as much. So it's the difference between if you were to put your Fitbit on, right? And you were to take a 1 mile walk and you were to power walk it just by yourself versus power walk it with 5-pound weights in each hand. You're going to get your heart rate up higher. You're going to burn more muscle or burn more fat. You're going to use more fuel because you're carrying more weight. So it's the same principle. As you lose weight, you do not need as many calories per day to sustain your body. Your body will adapt to calorie restriction. Well, I've been trying to lose weight for 5 years on all kinds of diet plans, calorie restriction, blah, 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 blah. And I found keto 3.5 years ago. So now here I am on keto, and my base metabolic rate is down to 1,100 calories. I still have 18 pounds to lose. So scientifically speaking, when I lose that 18 pounds, I'm going to be down to 1,000 calories a day. That's my base. You know I'm all about that, but no trouble. I'm all about that. Sorry, I get distracted easy. So that's my base. So what does that mean? That means that if I stayed in bed all day long, I'm going to burn 1,100 calories a day, period, right? No matter what. If I slept all day, that would be the minimum amount of calories my body would need to survive, which means I'm not laying in bed all day. I am getting up, I'm doing the dishes, I'm loading the dishwasher, but let's be real, how many calories do you truly burn doing that? Well, according to this Fitbit and 5 years of calorie data, I burn anywhere between 2,000 and 2,500 calories a day. So I'm following Dr. Westman's plan, but eventually I'm gonna hit my goal weight. I'm going to transition to Dr. Westman's phase 2, but I'm going to be bodybuilding, guys. So what I need to know is what I'm going to be tracking. What I'm going to be tracking over the next 6 months, while I try very hard to hit that 18-pound weight loss goal, I'm going to be tracking what is my average daily food consumption. The first of the year, when I start weight training, I will be able to make adjustments. I will be able to look back and say, okay, well, for 2 months, I ate from the list, I followed the plan, and my average calorie intake was this, my average protein intake was this, my average carb intake was this, but now I'm working out. What does that mean? Does that mean maybe just adding an extra cup of vegetable a day? Does that mean adding an extra egg white to my breakfast? Does it mean, you know what I'm saying? I need to see where I'm at to know where I need to go, because this is not just about weight loss for me. This is about building muscle. This is about maintaining health. This is about skeletal issues, keeping my posture correct for me. This is about trying to maintain my independence as long as physically possible. I never want my kids to feel like I'm a burden. I want them to know I tried everything I could to be as healthy and as strong as I can in the end. And hopefully, you know, that all works out. But life isn't always planned and calculated. But I'm tracking, because if I don't know what adjustments to make as I transition into phase 2 and as I start my weight training program. So that's where we're at today. 176 pounds. It's Monday. I'm back. The tantrum is over. I'm officially done feeling sorry for myself. I've already had 51 minutes of activity, getting ready to run to the grocery store to pick up a few items. I will be tracking calories, protein, fat, and carbs. The most important number to me will be to come in under 20 total carbs. I'm using Carb Manager, the free edition, to do so. And yes, I realize that there's some foods in there that aren't 100% accurate. I'm doing the best I can to make sure I'm picking the one closest to the values that I know that I'm consuming. And with that being said, let's get on with the rest of the video. All right, guys, it's just about 10:15. I'm getting hungry. I've already taken about 6 trips back to the back. I've laid down another row of weed block. I just have the pineapple plants right there to hold everything down in case it gets a little windy. And I still have so much to do, but it's coming along. We finally got rid of the big palm tree that was here, so I can finish this garden. This morning, I've decided I'm done moving rock. I came in here and trimmed up some of my potato vine. It's about run its course for the year. It starts looking really bad in the fall, and then of course it dies back completely, looks gross. We pull it all up, and then new plants come up every spring. I gave my root beer plant a good trim. This does not make root beer, it just smells like root beer. I know, it's really cool. This is my ginger lily that I really cut back. I cut this back a lot this year because it was overgrowing the pot. My husband is going to have to help me repot this, because what's happened is the root ball has gotten super huge down here where it's fat, and I'm not strong enough to pull this from the planter. So my husband will have to help me cut that up at the end of summer when it's done doing its thing, and then we will plant the bulbs in the spring. I'll throw them in the freezer, plant the bulbs in the spring. It'll be great. These are all the weeds I pulled and clippings I took, and my next step is taking the garbage cans to the end of the road. All right, guys, so out of all the plants that I propagated this year, this is coming with me to the backyard. So most of you know my backyard drops off dramatically. I'm talking a 6 to 10 foot drop off the back of the property, and I have issues with grapevines that just kind of take over and suffocate everything. Well, my solution to this is I'm going to plant some natural button ginger. This is actually the ginger that you see them take their hands like this and they squeeze all of the natural shampoo out of. I'm going to throw these plants down there. I'm going to throw these potato vines down there and hopefully give the grapevine some competition. I have 3 pots of soil here, all natural potting soil, where I planted seeds and they never came up. They never propagated, so I'll be dumping those over the back as well. I have one more load of rock to take with me and put my tools up, and I will be done. But those are the other 20 Japanese plum trees that I planted this year. All of them are coming up and looking very nice. All right, guys, I got to be honest with you. I don't want this. I don't want to eat this. I'm not in the mood for it, but I can't afford to waste food, and that's quite a bit of food to waste. So I'm going to be having the rest of that cheese and egg casserole, 6 pieces of bacon, and 2 small pieces of the protein-sparing bread, and that'll be my first meal of the day. I'm also going to have a pina colada Zip Fizz. All right, guys, I am going to do just some crock pot chicken tonight. I've taken 5 chicken breasts. I've laid them in the bottom of my cooker. I have sprinkled them with 3 tablespoons of ranch seasoning. Be careful with ranch seasoning though, because the very first ingredients in Hidden Valley is maltodextrin, which can have a glycemic value. But since we're using 3 tablespoons for the entire recipe, I don't think it's going to have a significant impact. I just wanted to warn you. I'm going to season with salt, pepper, add some parsley, and a couple cloves of garlic, and I'll be back with the next step. All right, guys, at this point, this entire dish only has about 2 carbohydrates from the seasoning and the garlic clove. So now let's talk about the Rotel chilies and green chilies and tomato. You can pause it here. There's no added sugar in this. There could be some sugar hidden somewhere in the ingredients, but not enough to significantly impact us. So this entire can is 12.5 carbs. So this entire pot with 5 chicken breasts is now at 12.5 carbs. Divide that by 5. We are roughly at about, I don't know, 2.5 carbs per serving. So the can of Rotel chili peppers brought this whole entire recipe to 12.5 grams of carbohydrates. We have this Philadelphia cream cheese. This is 8 ounces. There is less than a gram per ounce. So we're just going to call it 8. So far we have 12.5 plus 8. That's 20.5 carbs, total carbs for this entire pot of chicken. There are 5 servings in here. That brings this to 4 carbs per serving. All right, guys, I've made sure that my vent is closed. That makes sure that all the pressure builds up in here and cooks the chicken thoroughly. It's also going to make it nice and tender having that tomato in there. It's going to break down all the fibrous tissue so that the chicken just flakes apart. It's set for 4 hours, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, guys, I am home from the grocery store. As you can see, I have dinner going back there, but I have 3 hours till dinner. I ate breakfast at 10:15 this morning, and it is 2:45, and I'm starving. I'm probably not actually starving. This is probably all the extra junk that I've eaten the last 3 days, stuffing myself during my little meltdown temper tantrum, and I'm probably just craving something. So I am having 2 hard-boiled eggs that I'm going to sprinkle some Himalayan salt on and a sugar-free cherry jello, and that'll be a second meal of the day. All right, guys, you'll have to excuse the colors. I am not going for perfect. Okay, so here's what happened. I bought this really cool resin mold where I can make a 16-cup Keurig carousel, right? How cool is that? Yes, that's very cool. But the design that they sent me does not work. The first design flaw they had was that when you sat the cups inside, the backs of them touched, and literally, like if you push this one in, it pushed this one out. So by going with a larger hexagon here, I think that's a hex. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that a hexagon? 6 sides. Octagon is 8. Hexagon. I can't remember hexagon. I can't remember what 6-sided is. Anyway, by going with this much larger design, what it has allowed me to do is put the cups in here without the backs of them touching. Okay, the other design flaw that I worked out was that I took a permanent tacky rubber cement. So basically, it wouldn't matter. Once you put that cup in there, it's got kind of a tackiness to it. So it's actually a little bit difficult to pull out. I don't know that I'm going to need that in there at this point. But as you can see, because I've had to kind of engineer my own design, see that cup's not going nowhere. Yes. But it's not like sticky, like your fingers stick to it, feels dirty, gonna collect dust. It's just, I cut that side a little too small. So I'm gonna be able to make this design work now that I have engineered, now that I know how I'm going to put it together. I know what I need to do to cut the bottom and get everything even. That is going to be a super cool design. So I'm going to go ahead and order a second one of these molds so that I can start creating these. Yes, going to be amazing. Anyway, I'm feeling super proud of myself for being able to resolve the design issues, right? Beautiful. All right, guys. Anyway, was just super excited, wanted to share. Guys, I have some thank yous to make. I have some shout outs to give, but before I do that, this is finished and I just have it here on the keep warm function. Why are you staring? Why are you stalking me? Karma is stalking me. So she must smell this. Like when I hit the release valve, the whole house smells like cracked chicken right now. But anyway, so I've got it on the keep warm function and I've actually got all this written down because there's a lot to keep track of. For Miss Lisa, thank you so much for your resin order and thank you for the gratuity on your resin order checkout. Miss Robin, thank you for your order and thank you very much for the gratuity when you check out. Miss Kim H, thank you for becoming a Patreon. Thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. And Miss Sarah, thank you for adding to your already existing order. And once I get the date right on your Christmas ornament, I'll let you know. But I sent you a picture to make sure that the color and everything is okay. But I want to thank you guys, everyone. Also loving it on keto. Finally got their bookmarks that I made them, I think, what, a month ago? And then they gave me the wrong address. Did you see the cats? Man, what is going on with my house and animals today? Mushy, what are you doing, Mush? Anyway, the cat's getting more and more comfortable here. And we see her all the time now. She even comes out and gets on Yoda's old cat tree, but Yoda's the only one having a hard time adjusting, right? Yoda's an old cat. She's 9 years old. She's this is her house. She rules the roost. And she is not super happy about there being a kitten here, but she'll be okay. She'll be okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you guys for all your support. And even if you cannot monetarily support this channel, I appreciate every view, every minute of watch time, every thumbs up, and every positive comment. The emails are always a bonus, the private messages, everything you guys do to help lift me up and support my channel. But special shout out to the girls for keeping me busy this week. I'll see you at the next segment. All right, you guys know I am the Seltzer Sparkling Water Queen. I found a brand new Evian water, which I like Evian water. This was on sale and it is lime and ginger with added magnesium and zinc. This is a mineral enhanced sparkling water. The ingredients is Evian natural spring water, carbon dioxide, magnesium sulfate, natural flavors, and zinc sulfate. So it doesn't contain anything crazy, no calories, no fat grams, no carbs, no nothing like that significant. And so I'm going to give it a try. So for those of you who have an adverse for people drinking stuff, you might want to mute the sound and just wait till I'm done, right? Because you know I'm going to sip it. You know I'm going to get all that flavor all up in the mouth, right? So just, it might get loud. It might be mukbangish. So mute the sound now. Just warned you. Just warned you. Definitely lime. I'm not getting any ginger. Maybe an afterthought of ginger. Let me try that again. Still no ginger, but the lime is really kind of soft and it's nice. So Topo Chico twist of lime, for all of you guys who are also crazy about this stuff, has a zip kind of lime, right? It's zip when you taste it. It's very crisp, very refreshing. This is very crisp, very refreshing with a very subtle and soft lime. I don't get ginger from this. I don't get ginger, but it's very good, and it was on sale. It was on sale at Publix. So yeah, that's actually very good. Man, that is so great. That just bites right through your thirstiness. So good job. Good job, Evian sparkling water with ginger and lime. Great job. Guys, this cool front has been wonderful. We are dropping down into the 60s at night and coming up into the mid 80s during the day, but it's a dry heat. It's not a humid heat, so definitely feels about 10 degrees cooler. It's absolutely beautiful in the evenings and in the morning. Still not cool enough to open up the windows and let the house air out, but it is definitely you can feel a change in the weather this week. Taking the dogs, we're doing 2 full miles while the weather is a little bit milder, and I'll see you at home with my macros for the day, what I logged, how I did, and to say goodnight. I forgot Miss Liz has a friend over, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I am posting just over here to the other side my macros for the day. As you can see, my calories really aren't that high. My protein is more than sufficient. My carbs are a little high, but that's because I added the salad today. And you know what? That's okay, because I am coming back from having a few days of extra food and extra carbs, and I did what I had to do to combat the cravings. So I am not going to be ashamed. I'm going to call this a successful day, and I will see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Tomorrow I'm going shopping. So first things first, I have an amazing vacuum, but that vacuum was originally for carpets. Since we've moved into the house we're living in, we do not have carpets. And the vacuum does not have an adjustable base where you can make it closer to the floor. It just doesn't pick things up. And when I use it, I have to go back and sweep. So what's the point, right? I'm going to go see if I can't find a vacuum that's good for hard floors, hard surface floors. The next thing I'm going to be shopping for is another phone. I have decided that I'm going to do a resin channel. I don't know the details of it yet. I will still from time to time post photos, updates, thank yous on this channel, because I know a lot of you that are ordering resin from me come from this channel. So I'll try to keep things in one place for you. But I am going to start doing recorded videos probably once a week, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. So in the link in the description below this video is my show and sell channel. That's my second channel. I was doing a lot of thrift. I was doing a lot of flipping. I was doing eBay resale, Poshmark resale, And I'm going to just go ahead and turn that into my resin channel. So that's what we have coming up. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful evening. And I will see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.